beep, 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 beep. It hurts. It burns it. To follow up on that, do I think it's worth it? And have I been seeing success? Absolutely. Hey everyone, it's me, Halise, endeavoring to persevere. As always, if you're new here, I make videos about my chaotic good life. Subscribe, follow, social media, all of the things. So this is a video I actually wasn't gonna make because I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of videos about this on the internet now, but I showed that I was getting laser hair removal in my close friends, and so many of my close friends followed up with me and were like, how's that going for you? What's your experience? How much are you paying? Like, just asking me a lot of questions about it. And so I thought, oh, okay, well, I guess let me just make a video about this then. So in this video, I'm just gonna briefly talk about my laser hair removal experience, how it's been for me, cost, what to expect. I've always been interested in pursuing getting laser hair removal. I've been aware of it for many years. I was hesitant when it first was being just talked about more within the beauty community, just because the laser technology at the time just really wasn't conducive for deeper skin, dark skin people. So I was always just kind of in the background, keeping up with the laser hair technologies of the day. Fast forward to towards the end of last year, I was at La Cantera Mall here in San Antonio, picking up some last minute props and wardrobe for This Could Have Been an Email, the comedy web series I'm working on the channel. As I was doing that, I saw that we got a LaserAway. Bleep, bloop, bleep, let me pop in, see what this be. Because at this point I had already gone to, you know, privately owned smaller esthetician offices that offered that service. And, you know, no shade to them, because I'm sure they stay busy, booked and blessed, but it was hard to like just get an appointment. It was hard to get a consultation. How much does this cost? Like, they just were very private about the cost, which I despise. Also, like, low-key, you know, colorism. Anyway, I walked in LaserAway and they're like, I don't care what color you are, money's money. So let me know their pricing like on the spot. One thing I will say, and this is in no way sponsored by LaserAway, it's just they're the people I'm using, so they're the ones that you're gonna hear the good, the bad, and the ugly about LaserAway. But LaserAway, if you wanna take a little bit off of what you're charging me for these freaking treatments, I ain't gonna be mad at you. This is still expensive. I would definitely say if you're someone who is not necessarily on the fence about getting laser hair removal, like you do wanna do it, it's not really a matter of if but when for you, I would definitely say join their mailing list, give away that email, because they do a lot of bundles and combos and things like that that you can utilize. I would also say prepare thyself if you're not overly girly. Then, you know, just walking into a LaserAway just might make you be kind of like, you know, everyone's super great there, but like, that's the vibe, you know? And if that's not your vibe, just mentally prepare yourself for that. So I ended up getting a legs, Brazilian, underarms bundle. Not necessarily on the spot. I think the person at the front desk actually told me like, hey, if you just wait, I think we're about to revamp our bundles, and so you might get a better discount. So let me just take your information and I'll just like call you when that bundle launches, and then you can come back in and start your treatments and stuff. LaserAway partners with Ally Lending, at least the one here in San Antonio does. And so on the spot, they can kind of get you pre-approved through Ally Lending, and then you're just paying Ally Lending back. They recommend that you do at least 8 to 10 treatments. And so keep in mind that it is a bit of an investment of time and money. Every like 4 to 8 weeks, you're gonna go to the location, get a treatment done. My treatments take about an hour. So it's an hour of pain. I am about halfway through my treatments. I think I've had like 4 or 5 treatments. So keep that in mind, time commitment and financial commitment. All that being had said, one thing I will say about LaserAway that is a bit frustrating, and I don't know if this is just because this location is still relatively new, so I'm sure they're still working out some kinks with everything and all of that. I've gotten bumped from appointments like a couple of times. That's a little frustrating, and my way around that has just been, I try to only book appointments with them. Like, when is the next appointment you have for when you open within the time period of when I need to come back? When is that? Book me there. So I am the first person they see, like they're unlocking the doors and I am there waiting for my appointment. The nurses, great. Really awesome experience. I have yet to have a bad experience with a nurse. They're incredibly patient with you, especially with the pain. So my first tip is, if you use LaserAway, they're gonna make you sign a whole bunch of stuff, of course, because it's like literally they're shooting a laser at you. So like, if you're going somewhere and they're not making you sign a lot of waivers and disclosures, that's red flag. When you do go, they recommend that you shave at least like 3 days before your appointment. If you are someone who was beautifully blessed with very coarse, textured, thick hair, not only on your head, but on your entire body, my beloved, I actually would recommend shaving the day before, like the night before. You really need to have a nice, good, close shave. No waxing, no plucking. What's the other one people do? No epilating, none of that. I'm not actually getting the full Brazilian. When you go in, they ask you like, how much bikini do you want to do? You want to do full Brazilian where they go all the way up your boat cheeks and everything? Or you want to do, you know, just like whatever? I just got whatever. I'm cool with some hair being there. I just don't want, you know, the bikini line thing to be the struggle. What I do beforehand is I shave like what I want to be there and what I don't want to be there, right? So they can have a good guide of how to do it. Even like if they so much as hit where there is hair that I have not shaved, oh my God, so painful. And you can see that it's like been seared. It's like white and like seared. So it is a laser literally burning your hair follicle. I can't explain, I feel like I have a pretty good pain tolerance, but I have a hard time explaining this pain. With my legs, doesn't bother me. It's like, okay, cool, whatever. I can just feel where I didn't shave well. And so I'm like, ow, ow, you know, but like, I'm good. With my bikini line and my underarms though, yo, I'm stress sweating. Cause like, and I have like the Pavlovian stress sweat response because I know it's coming and it's gonna hurt so bad. I did talk to one nurse about it because I was trying to figure out like, how do I describe this pain to somebody? And I asked her if it was because she has tattoos. I asked her if it was similar. Do you think this is similar pain to getting tattoos? And she said, nah, this hurts more. So my only like descriptor of the pain is it hurts more than getting tattoos. Take from that what you will. The nurses have given me a stress ball to squeeze on. The device itself has cold air blowing through it. And you are like laid there sprawl, you know, like you have to lay open so they can hit the labia and get the stuff, you know what I'm saying? But it has this sort of cool stream of air that's coming out of it too to help deaden the sensation. So aside from making sure that your shave is really good before you go, the other thing I would recommend, which I think has been said a lot by others, is try not to schedule an appointment when you're actually actively on your cycle, because overall your pain tolerance is just a little bit lower during that time. And so it's just gonna hurt that much more. It's just gonna be that much more uncomfortable. I have never tried the method of just like taking some Advil before I go. I might try that next time. Maybe I'll report back to y'all. I don't know, in the comments below, down below. Next time I go on a treatment, I'll like update this and let you know. To follow up on that, do I think it's worth it? And have I been seeing success? Absolutely. I started seeing results after my first treatment. Again, I'm only halfway through. I've only done maybe 4 treatments so far, maybe 5 of the 8 to 10. And first treatment results, like crazy. So much so that now at this point, I don't really feel the need to shave my legs, like at all. Same with my bikini line, don't really feel the need to shave it at all. Same with my underarms, because the hair that finally does grow in is so fine, like it's so fine that it like doesn't matter. You can't see it. It's like translucent. It's like hair on babies. You know how babies have hair, but it's so translucent and fine, it don't matter. You know, it's like that. After the first treatment that was happening, and then I noticed by the time I came back in, it was starting to grow back thicker, you know? But now, in between treatments, I mostly shave because I'm going to a treatment. It's been really worth it for me. Obviously, I'm gonna finish it out because I'm paying for it. It's totally been worth it for me, especially as a deep skin, dark skin woman. I don't really feel like that's an issue anymore with professional laser hair removal treatments, like going to an actual facility with nurses to get it done. I don't think skin tone's really an issue anymore. Now for these at-home ones that you're seeing, these like IPL at-home do-it-yourself laser treatments, which knowing what I've felt doing it with a professional, about doing it yourself at home, on that. I know with those, I think the results are still a bit mixed, if not that great for deeper dark skinned people with those devices. But for me, going to LaserAway, I would say I'm a pretty deep person. It works for me, is the point I'm making. It works for me really well. In the comments below, let me know if there's anything else that you feel I just didn't cover, or I can just answer in more detail in the comments. Again, I'm Halise, endeavoring to persevere. As always, if you're new here, I make videos about my chaotic good life. Subscribe, follow social media. Big shout out to my Patreon producers, patreon.com/Halise. There you get early access to these videos, as well as private weekly vlogs from me. It's a good time. Also, shout out to my YouTube join community as well. Check them out down below. If this video was helpful, consider hitting me up with a super thanks. And with that, I will see you when I see you.